Today I'm gonna talk about some themes right now and some stuff that you should be aware. I first gonna start by a technique of a specific situation called sleep paralysis. After that I'm gonna talk about the mentors and explain about what are they, how can you contact them, and how can you be in touch with them, and if you have. Later on, I also plan to talk about obsessors, what they are, and if you have. And after that, for last, I'm gonna explain about astral city and the astral plane in itself. So, I decided to start talking about the sleep paralysis because it's an actual technique of how to astral project. It's actually the simple way to astral project. It's actually a technique. You can do it whenever this specific situation happened to you. It's not something that you can try to do it as the only thing you can try to do it is as if it happens too much with you, then you can mindset these few techniques that I'm about to teach you, and you can succeed in astral projection. I was planning to leave it for last, but since I know that if it was me, I would just keep all the knowledge and then just go for the end. Here's the technique. Okay, I'm gonna stop here and listen. So I'm just gonna give it first, and if later on you decide to, I already learned what I wanted, now I get out, and that's it, you go practice. But I advise that I'm gonna give you the technique, and after that you start to practice the energizing that I taught in the previous video. And if you decide to practice the techniques, you should be listening as background, because astral projection for me, it actually happened when I was listening a video about astral projection. So actually connecting with the vibration of it, with the syntony, it can actually increases your chances of succeeding on it. But you need to understand that it's all about awareness. You need to be understanding that it's all about how conscious you are in your daily life. But without losing too much time and without skipping so much, here I come with sleep paralysis and the actual technique. So, for sleep paralysis, the basic of sleep paralysis is, I'm sure that 99% of humanity already have that, and you that are listening right now, you also had. And it's something like this. You caught yourself in your bed or wherever you sleep, and it's everything dark. You're just laying down and looking to the surroundings, everything a bit dark. You cannot move. So you look at your feet, or you look at the door of your room, and then you see a dark figure, like someone standing in front of you in the middle of darkness. And then you start to scream, you start to freak out, and then you suddenly wake up all breathing so heavenly or so heavily, and sweating and all those stuff. That's sleep paralysis. And I'm gonna teach you how to act in those situations for you to succeed in your first simple astral projection. There is no technique needed for that. The only thing that you happen to have is to caught yourself in a sleep paralysis. So what's gonna happen is as simple as it is. Let's back to the situation. You close your eyes and you start to mentalize what is about to happen. And then with yourself, you imagine the procedure to how to act yourself. For that, I suggest you start practicing meditation, because it's gonna help in the cloud effect. And as simple as this, you're laying down, you wake up, and you try to move yourself. If you can move yourself, fine, just try to get out of your body, going to the left or going to the right. And then, in case you cannot move, here it comes. You're gonna try to move, okay, no movement. You're gonna try to scream, no voice coming out your throat. And if you want to look around, fine, you can look. You're probably gonna see a dark shadow around you. I suggest that if you already caught yourself going left to right, you cannot move, you try to scream, you cannot speak, don't voice. Sometimes in the astral projection you're gonna be able to move, but don't gonna be able to talk. That's because one of your chakras, they are not energized. Sometimes gonna happen that you're gonna be blind also. That's because your third eye is not energized. But in this scenario here, you're gonna be unable to move, you're gonna be unable to speak, and what's gonna happen is that you're gonna close your eyes. If you want to look in your room, you can, but I think you're gonna see the shadow and you're gonna be afraid of it. So if you can, don't be afraid about it. Amazing. But I'm sure you're gonna be afraid of looking a spirit standing up in front of you. There's nothing that they can do. They cannot harm you in any way. They can touch you. They're gonna try to scare you, but they only do that to suck all your energy, because they want you in conscience. They want you suffering, because that benefits them. If you're already awake there, when you wake up, you're gonna be, damn, I was so close. That was astral projection already, like one step. And they know that you have a different aura, a different vibration. They know that you're prone to become a good astral projector. That's why they're doing that with you, because they want you in conscience. But it's not their fault that you're locked up in your bed. It's your own fault. And I wouldn't call it fault, because you don't need to feel blame about it, don't feel guilty about it. It's just that in this society, no one ever taught you how to take care of your energies. You just simply learn just how to be a good employer or employee and how to earn money, but nothing less about your soul, about your mind, nothing like that. So for this situation here, you need to understand that your fear and your energy is their currency, so they need that from you. And it's so easy to do when you're not with your chakras aligned. You're not moving yourself. You're unable to get out of here because you didn't energize your body, you didn't energize your soul. So your chakras, they're not aligned, and here you caught yourself locked up. So what to do in this situation? First step, you're gonna close your eyes and calm down. I know if you open your eyes and look there, you're gonna see that there's someone standing in front of you. So how do I calm down? You're gonna follow the principle of meditation, the cloud effect. How does the cloud effect works? You're thinking something in your mind, like a music or something that don't come off of your mind, and the only thing you're gonna do is this thing here. You're gonna focus on your breathing, and you're gonna repeat that over and over again. It doesn't need to be fast. As deep as you can, as calm as you're gonna get. You don't need to think like, oh, I need to do this 10 times. You just simply focus in letting go of whatever is in your mind, like a cloud in the skies that's going left or right, either way. That's why I told you earlier to practice meditation, because obviously it's your mind. And the most important part of your body to practice while doing astral projection is your mind, because it's also with meditation that you be able to practice awareness. So during the meditation, every time that you maintain focus in your breathing, and every time that you lose the focus in your breathing, as soon as you cut up again, you back to focus in your breathing. And that focus is important because it gives you awareness, and awareness is the number one thing for meditation. Meditation and astral projection. After all, astral projection is about how lucid you are. So back into this situation here. You cannot move, you cannot scream, there's someone there. Close your eyes, whatever will happen. It doesn't matter if the spirit starts to talk in your ears. It's just talking those stuff so you get afraid. It doesn't matter if it touches you. It cannot do any harm to you. And you need to understand that you have an immortal soul. Your soul don't die. And your body don't gonna disconnect of your soul just because someone is trying to kill your soul or something like that. It don't happen like that. If you get afraid, you're gonna be pulled back to the body, and your mind that it was once connect out of your body in the astral plane gonna connect you again to your brain, and you're gonna wake up in the body. So you lose all that situation, you lose all that chance. If that happens, it happens. In the beginning, of course, everybody gets afraid, even I. But as soon as you can get a bit of awareness, that sleep paralysis is gonna sound as something bad, but it's a literal chance for you to astral project. So get it, grip it, and go fly after that. It's just like 2 minutes of agony for a whole sleep night of flying around the skies. So isn't it worth to feel like 2 minutes of fear just for you to be free of your body, in your soul? And this is what's gonna happen. You're just gonna close your eyes and focus in your breathing. If later on you get a bit more courage, you can start to open your eyes so you can see the process of your soul coming out of your body, of you floating like a balloon. That's actually beautiful. But for now, I suggest that you close your eyes. Just don't fall back to sleep, because or else you're gonna get too calm and wake up in the body. It's also a good experience because you lose a percentage of fear. That's gorgeous. But yeah, the perfect situation for those who don't know what to do in astral projection, how to astral project, is this sleep paralysis. Is a literal chance. So step 1, just close your eyes. Step 2, focus on your breathing and leave it. Let it be. Just focus on breathing till you feel or see your body floating. Once your body floats, you start to move and you can move properly. Then congratulations, you're already astral projection. You're already astral projecting. And now you can do whatever you want. And here's the step 2. Once you succeed in that chance, what you should do. And for me, it's actually something funny, because most of my astral projections are just being like a silly, just jumping around, because once you're out of your body, you can jump real big. That's actually another way of, in case of your unconscious in the astral projection, and then you try to jump. If you jump more than 2 meters, I never met anyone that could jump more than 2 meters. You probably can meet, but it's not normal to do it so easily, and there you can do it easily. You can jump up to the roof of the houses, just as simple as breathing, just as simple as blinking your eyes. So once you're caught in that situation, astral projection. I used to do that. I used to climb trees, and I used to climb the rooftops and jump from one rooftop to another. Sometimes when I energize myself good, I try to fly, and it's actually amazing to fly. But here's the ideal thing to you to what to do once you're out of your body. That it is contact your mentors. Just start praying a bit to them, like, hello mentors, I would like to contact you. I would like to put myself in this position, and here I am. So if there's anything that I can help you, I put myself to help. Practice, learn what is Reiki. Learn how to do Reiki. Something simple actually. It's like, in a sense, if you're low on energy, you imagine there's your head, and in the upper part of your head there's something called crown chakra. That is literally in the area where someone would normally wear a crown. In that area, you imagine like as if this energy of the sun is coming to your head, and then it's energizing your whole body. After that, you imagine throwing energy out of your hand, and with throwing energy out of your hand, that's the actual Reiki. But just focus the intention of that energy. It sometimes come out as a green energy, but that's just a fictional color. Can come out any color that you actually want. It gonna come out an energy out of your hands. That energy is extremely important for spirits, for whoever you meet that needs energy. As soon as you can even use actually in this place here, in the physical realm. You just need a bit of practice. So Reiki, that's what it is, and you can try to contact your mentors and say that you want to help someone, and if someone like a spirit needs energy, you already know what to do. Or if someone is trying to come near to you, you can use that Reiki. There's actually a lot of ways of using Reiki, so be careful, because you can hurt people with it. Like you can in the astral realm, if a spirit try to be aggressive with you and you start saying, don't come near me, I want distance, I'm lucid right now, I'm conscious right now. If you come closer, I will need to act on it. And if they try to come, you can do like in Star Wars, if you already watch, like Darth Vader, the dark force, but actually it's the light force. And literally that same energy as you use there for healing, because that's what Reiki is. You throw that energy in someone's body with the intention of healing, and then it heals, it energizes, it comforts, it warms. It's literally the energy of the sun. But if you change a bit your intention, you can use it for the bad. But be careful, because if you use too much always with the intention of hurting people, that's gonna give you a comeback karma. That of course is no magical thing. Karma, whatever you plant, it's gonna grow for you. It's as simple as that. Action creates a circumstance. So that's it. In that case of you wanting to put it someone away, you just throw that energy with intention of pushing someone, and like magic they're gonna fly away. It is funny sometimes to see that, but you're actually a pretty bad person if you keep doing that on purpose. And the mentors, they don't gonna want to be near you because you're gonna be like a troublemaker. And so please do use it consciously. After all, otherwise you're gonna just waste your astral projections. You're free to do whatever you think is right, whatever you think is fun, but do please be conscious, because if you have this knowledge, if you have this chance of being awareness, of having awareness, so do please use for something good. And the mentors right now, what are they? Are they some kind of god, some kind of entity? And it is way simpler than that. Imagine that someday you and me, we're gonna die. Everybody here, the 8 billions of humans that are here, everybody someday gonna die once we reach 100 years, 80 years, whatever situation. And then once we die, we disconnect of this physical body that is literally just like a tool. It's literally just like a car, that someday you're gonna get out of your car and your car don't gonna be able to drive anymore. So you need to get out and walk. And it's literally what astral projection is. It is literally what afterlife is. They are connected, they're not separate. So someday we're gonna back to be souls, and that's what a mentor it is. It's someone who already live here, so they know how hard it is to live here. They know how hard the difficulties and challenges that are in here, and then they spend their life trying to be the best version of themselves so they can help people like you and me. And there's a lot of types of mentors. There's mentors for music, for art, for sports, for singing, for whatever you think there is. And everybody have a mentor. Not everybody have a unique mentor. Sometimes one person can have one mentor, sometimes one person can have multiple mentors depending on the areas that you do. Like if you focus more in spirituality, you're gonna have a mentor focus on that. If you have a mentor, if you start to practice singing, you're gonna have a mentor for that. And you're gonna meet them, but you're gonna probably meet when you're sleeping, or unless you have the mediunity of the third eye, that you're able to see spirits in the physical realm. You probably gonna see some obsessors, some heavy energy spirits, but you're also gonna be able to see the mentors, and that's probably gorgeous. I don't have that, but probably who have at first have a hard time, but know that in the previous life that you had, you work hard to earn that mediunity. And in this life, I know that you want to back to be normal, whatever you think normal is, but that's a real treasure. And I know that a lot of people are afraid of seeing or having visions, but it's actually a gift that you spend your whole past life trying to work on it, just to try to earn in the next life. So if you have, and if you don't know what to do, just stay here and study more, because you're gonna find something gorgeous for it. Literally something really good, like a hero for humanity. But back into the mentors. Some mentors, some people have one mentor, some people can have multiple mentors depending of their mediunities or their what they do. But sometimes one mentor can take care of multiple people, and usually one mentor don't take care of only one person. So even if you have a mentor, sometimes you're gonna be busy, or depending of what you do. For example, oh, you're gonna smoke your cigarette, the mentor don't gonna be there with you because he lowers his vibration as it lowers yours. So he just gonna let you choose that, to make those choices, but he also gonna just be a bit far because that energy heavens him. I mean, make him heavier. And mentors, simply they are humans that once were alive but keep going in the path of the afterlife, focusing in the good path, in the evolution, in the improvement, self-improvement, and in helping other people like you and me. And then we have the other side, that is the obsessors. Obsessors, they are people usually who died but still have unfinished stuff. Like they end their lives, but they still selfish, they still addicted to drug. For example, something to think about it. If you smoke or if you drink, you think that you do that here, and then once you die you don't gonna want anymore? You will. You're still gonna want to smoke, you're still gonna want to drink. And that's what usually obsessors are. You who drinks, you who smoke, for sure that you have obsessors, focus on that. But that's not because they want you evil, they want to do you bad. They're actually just there because they have those necessities that came along even when they don't have body anymore. Since they don't have body anymore, they cannot feel the drinking, they cannot feel the smoking. So they connect their spirits in your body, because that way once you smoke, you're gonna give them the energy of the satisfaction, that same satisfaction that you have when you're feeling drunk, or when you're feeling don't know what feeling the cigarettes give, but yeah. And they don't think that that's something bad because you're smoking because you want. That's what they think. So I'm not doing him bad, I'm just here as a simply two birds with one stone. So that's it. And but they do gonna actually do you some bad. They gonna, as soon as they can, they always gonna whisper in your ears like drink or smoke, and then you're gonna feel that weird urge to go to those habits. And no, everybody who have those stuff, not only for that, for people who eat a lot, like more than what it should, you also have a spirit focus in eating, because after all, you think that your body dies and then your spirit don't gonna want to eat. It will, if you have this urge of, oh my god, I need to eat till my belly pains, or till I cannot up anymore, till it cannot fit anymore in my mouth. You're still gonna have that urge to eat once we pass away, and there are spirits who do that. So they're gonna be like, oh, eat this sweet, more one, and the same things. But the examples, it's easier to imagine when you talk about addictions and drugs. So there's also there's levels. Actually, there's levels of mentors and there are levels of spirits. Usually that spirit that I talk, I mean, we all spirits, right? there's levels of mentors and obsessors. And for the obsessors, for example, that one that I said in the sleep paralysis, it's just a low level. You might think that, oh my god, the devil itself is in front of me, but it's not. It's just what we call a bed from bedroom, from bed where you sleep, a bed obsessors that just focus in sleep paralysis, because it's easier to steal your energy. They don't need to interact much. You don't react with them. You don't Star Wars them with your force energy. So it's actually safer and less scary. Because the same way as we get scared if we saw a spirit in when we awake or walk in the middle of the night, the same happens for them. If they see an astral projector there in the astral plane, the spirits, they freaked out because it's so scary. Someone that still have a body walking around a nobody's land. And as I was talking about the obsessors, there's the obsessors that they don't want you to evolve. The ones that they're not bad, but they just want to keep your addiction because they are addicted. So it's like you're their source of pleasure and energy. And for the others, there's other spirits that they actually want you, like, oh, don't mess with us, boy or girl. And well, no one ever can harm you, but they gonna try to scare you. They're gonna try to steal your energy. They're gonna try to make you lose your awareness. And that's all you need to know. Just be focused. If you can, if you happen to be lucid, just contact the mentors. And for last here in the conversation that we almost done, just gonna talk a bit about the astral plane and the astral cities. There's actually a triple dimensional thing that you need to understand, that when I said earlier about if you jump too high, if you jump you're actually gonna go high, that actually happens in the third dimension after you go out of the body. So the body here, the physical realm, is the heavier, and actually is where all the stuff happens. Yes, even if you think that hell or whatever it is, it should be heavier because demons and people suffering. Actually, it's here the heavier place, because here the place where have hunger, here the place where have war and all the stuff that happens. So of course the physical realm is the heavier. And the second one is the first after the physical realm. That's the first dimension. Usually in that dimension, if you happen to go out of the body and still in your room, sometimes you're still gonna be able to look and see your body. You're gonna see your body sleeping. And that's actually another way of you to prove of how true is astral projection. Another way of comproving, because don't accept at once like, astral projection is real. Go prove for yourself. And that's actually a gorgeous way of proving for yourself. Being able to see your own body snoring and how big you look when you sleep, and the sounds and weird ways that you sleep, and your mouth dribbling, and just leave it there. Don't try to fix, because you're gonna back the body and lose the experience. And second dimension, it's a bit after. If you happen to be there, you don't gonna be able anymore to see your body, and some stuff in the room, your own room, gonna already had change. That explanation of why gonna be for another time is more complex. And then we have the third, that it's usually, if you're in the third, it's actually easier for jumping high and to fly. I think that it's really hard to fly in the first, because I don't know, you're more near to the body, so it's denser. Just think as a radio station, as high as the HZ, that's the hertz, that's high, like high frequencies. As subtle your body is, as softer your soul is, and as near to the body, as near to zero. That zero is here, and 1000 is there with the mentors. So there, that's what it is. Later on, you're gonna understand how to move through those frequencies according to your own emotions. And emotions, they have their own frequencies, like revenge and anger and all those stuff. They have their own vibrations, and actually known as the high vibrations. And in those places you can actually fly, you can actually, sometimes it's gonna actually be the same thing as your streets or the place where you're born, the place where you grow, even if you're in another city. Sometimes you're gonna see other cities, like if you can go visit Japan or America or Canada or Italy, wherever you wanna go. You can meet all those places and fly around. But usually the astral cities, they're gonna be just like regular cities of a bunch, a lot of people walking around. Sometimes gonna have some people who try to mess with you. They usually think they're the owners of that place, and kind of, because they're the ones that kind of take care of there, something like that. There's the mentors cities, that they are gorgeous, they are beautiful. Someday you're gonna do have an astral projection there. It's a place where a lot of people are wearing white. The whole body, the whole clothes are usually white, and it's like as if their skin and all their body like shines white light. And then all their buildings are so beautiful, there's so much nature, and you feel so much love. About the mentors also, you're never gonna know that it is a mentor. And if a spirit says, I'm a mentor, don't believe at first. Because mentors, they usually don't call themselves like that. They are subtle, they are too gentle, to the point that they are like brothers and sisters. They're gonna treat you as a brother, they're gonna treat you as a sister, they're gonna treat you like family, to a whole point where you don't gonna even realize that they are mentors. Later on, you're gonna see how amazing those people are, and then when you wake up, only usually you're gonna see like, oh, it was a mentor. Mentors, they don't harass, they don't do any bad. So if a spirit says to you, I'm a mentor, and then they start judging you, they start to criticize you, they look at you in a sexual way or a angry way, just understand that they are not real ones. And well, for the cities, it's pretty much like unique. There sometimes you're gonna see forest where you're able to see another types of animals, like literally species of animals that don't exist anymore. So later on, when you back to the body, you do gonna forget how do they look like, because your brain, you're gonna understand that your brain don't have the knowledge of understanding what was that. But there you do gonna see creatures that don't exist here anymore. You're gonna be able to see some extinct animals, some well, a lot of animals that still exist in here, and you're gonna see a lot of stuff, a lot of different type of buildings, a lot of different type of technologies, games, foods, and literally they have everything in astral plane. Actually, there's a theory that everything that exists here, like all the foods, all the technology that we have here, it's a child version of what the technology and stuff that they have there. It's a basic, a simple, a limited edition, a limited version of what they have here. I mean, there. And well, I guess that's all for the energetical practice that you should do. I guess that if you didn't saw the previous video, go check it. But I once again gonna say two techniques that I did, and they are really good. I actually feel a lot, and I astral projection way easier with them. The first of them is a ball of light that you're gonna see falling from the skies. You're gonna touch your eyebrows, and then in the middle of the eyebrow, in the third eye chakra, and then you're gonna come up again, and then you're gonna go down again, and then you're gonna come up again, and then you just try to mentalize that. If you want, you can grab your right hand or left hand and keep doing the movement of up and then forehead, but don't need to touch it. Up and then forehead, and then you keep doing that till you start to feel a warmth in your body. The second technique is the ball of light again, but this time the ball of light gonna go from your head till your toes, and then from the toes till your head, and then you're gonna just mentalize it moving all over your body from head, toe, till you feel the energy. You're gonna start to feel the energy when you start to feel a cozy feeling, a warm feeling. You start to relax more. That's you moving energies. And if you start doing that, you don't gonna have any more the sleep paralysis, I guarantee you. And something to add, when you're doing those two techniques, for now you just need to do those techniques. I myself usually just do those two techniques. You later on can add more, and that's it. That's just made to energize your body and to relax you, to make you fall asleep easier. And something to be aware of is when you're doing the head, toe, every part that you're passing that ball of light through your body, you, for example, head, and then you go for the forehead. Sometimes you're tensing your forehead. You just relax it. Be conscious of relaxing. Sometimes you tensing your eyebrows. Just relax that eyebrow, your mouth, your nose, whatever part of your body, your muscles that you're strengthening, just relax it, because you're soon to fall asleep, and it's easier to fall asleep. So that's all for today. Thank you for your time. I hope you appreciate it, and Ho'oponopono. I love, I'm thankful, I'm sorry, and I forgive. Namaste.